Greetings, everyone. Happy Thursday. Today is the day that Jupiter rules, and Jupiter is currently at the first degree of Cancer. Jupiter, everyone has been like touting Jupiter and Cancer is like, oh, it's going to be such an incredible thing. And maybe it will be. We will see. But we all have an individual experience with these planets and how we relate to them. So what can be really amazing for one person can be difficult for another. And one of the things that's been so interesting is that I have seen that we have an idea that success and people who have what we think is success, that they are just happy. And maybe some of them are, and maybe, there is that. But it takes work to sustain success. It takes devotion, loyalty, commitment, and that is a cycle. There are the ups, and then there are the ebbs, which is the ups, and then there are the flows, which are the downs. And that is a part of everyone's experience. And no matter what face we put on, everyone is having the ebbs and the flows of things, no matter what. And I feel like that's been one of the greatest things that I have learned being in spiritual community all of my life. I have spent a lot of time in spiritual community believing that there is an arrival, that there is a place of like, oh, now I don't have those human things going on anymore that really bother me. Oh my gosh, there's a lady here with a chicken. You cannot make this shit up. That lady has a chicken on a leash. I cannot. I wish I could. I'm so distracted by this. This woman has a chicken on a leash. The chicken is on the leash, y'all. When she gets closer, if she comes by closer, I'm going to show y'all. My reality is hilarious. Anyway, so I spent a lot of time in spiritual community believing that I was going to arrive at this place where I didn't have problems anymore. That's really what I can say it was. And what I would always do is I would always find myself in the space with the person or the people who were the leaders or the teachers. And what I discovered was that they all still had challenges, but they weren't saying anything. They weren't talking about their challenges. And let me tell you, I have been in spaces where I was in a space with a woman who wrote like a best-selling book about finding the love of your life. And every woman that I knew in Los Angeles was carrying this book around. And this woman happened to be somebody that I was close to. And I knew that she was having an affair, that she had written this book that everyone was like, oh my God, and talked about how she met this incredible person. But I happened to know that she was having an affair on the person that she met in the book. And I also was aware that she didn't feel capable to be transparent, to talk about the journey, the work of her experience. And so she was really just selling an idea that was false. Because, like I said, when I have been in spaces, the wind is blowing. Okay, oh yeah. When I have been in spaces, in spiritual spaces, I have discovered that there is no arrival. An arrival doesn't happen. And so living in Los Angeles, being around celebrity and all that kind of stuff, I see the back end of it. I'm like, oh, this person is on a movie with, Mel Gibson. But they still have this stuff going on behind the scenes that the world doesn't know is happening. And so the world thinks like, oh my God, they got it together. They're winning. And on some level they are, but they're also still having a deep human experience that we all are having. There is no escaping it. And so what I have discovered, today is the last day of Gemini season. So now we have spent an entire month doing the nodal work through Gemini season. So we have been through half of Capricorn season, we've been through Aquarius season, we've been through Pisces season, we've been through Aries, we've been through Taurus, and now we've gone through Gemini. So you want to go and look at this month for you and see what things came up and look at how you navigated it. What kind of choices did you make? Did you take responsibility? Did you blame others? Did you make other people responsible for how you were feeling? Were you able to fulfill any goals and objectives? Like, really go check and see how the month was for you. And because this has been a very rigorous month of breaking down, so if you are in alignment, your life could look a little quote unquote dysfunctional or chaotic, or because we have ended a cycle. Like, we have come to the official end of a cycle. Now, the lesson that I am seeing and going forward for me personally is, have I been able to define my own sense of self to the degree that I am no longer comparing myself, looking for affirmation, or looking to validate myself with the experiences of others. So as we move into the age of Aquarius, what's being required of us is that you be able to access your own individual code, who you are meant to be. And that is, my experience is that has not been a small thing for me to do, especially as a woman and a Black person in the country at this time on the planet. I have had to do a great deal of work to recuperate my own energy, power, thought forms, ways of being, to discover what really matters to me. Because I was raised in an environment where my whole energy was groomed around saving this country. Like, I was taught how to vote because voting was going to be the thing that saved our lives. Like, that was a huge part of my early childhood of rearing. So I have spent the last decade reclaiming my energy and power, taking it away from things that have no value to me, things that I could give a fuck about, like who is the president of the United States, or, you know, a Beyonce concert, or like literally understanding that we only have so much energy. This is a creative reality. And it's not that we only have so much energy, but there is energy, and how much of my energy is going to myself, to what I actually want it to be going to? Or is my energy just being filtered off into other things that don't matter to me at all? And what I learned by the time I was like 40 something years old, I was like, all the things I'm thinking about don't matter to me, with the exception of my child's well-being and my well-being. Everything else I really didn't care about, honestly. And so that included friendships, but it wasn't the actual friendship, it was the ways that we were involved in the friendships, the things that we were focused on. So I was in friendships where I was really focused on other people and their needs and what they needed and what they were going through. My energy was focused on that, you know. So I was in a friendship for 40 years where my energy was tied up in a relationship that the woman that I was friends with was with. They had been married for many years, and since we were teenagers, and I was the third party in that. Nothing wrong with that, but ultimately I didn't care. Ultimately, that's not what I wanted to spend my life force energy on. Ultimately, it was just like, this doesn't have any value for me, really. So I had to get clear about, what is it that I really value? What is it that I feel called to? And how I access that was learning, doing my healing work with my mother and my father, with those internal impressions. Not, when I say doing it with them, both my parents are dead, so I didn't do it with them in physically. I did it with them through ancestral work, through spirit realm work, through looking at the traumas and understanding how those things have become a part of my system because of the family that I was raised in. And so doing that work gave me some clarity about what it is I really cared about. And I realized I didn't care about romantic relationship. I could care less. It is not interesting to me. I don't care about what, like, is that, those kinds of things. Most of the things that the culture has prescribed for us to care about just don't really have any value for me at all, with the exception of my own well-being, my own health, and that of my child. So once I started clearing out what I cared about, then I was like, okay, who are the people that I can resonate with? Who are the people that I actually have connection with, where I can actually be myself and be in a journey of exploring and discovering who I am. And I can do so, I think my new language has become, I can do so with a soft belly, where I'm not having to question everything or defend myself or, posture myself so that people, like when I was, there was a time when I was in an open relating community, but I had been in a long-term relationship with somebody who was in a long-term marriage. And so that was an interesting thing to navigate, because here we are, some people who talk 2 or 3 times a day, and I'm talking about, I'm dating a person who's married. I'm dating 2 men who are married. Shit like Juneteenth. That's right. I don't care about Juneteenth. I'm dating 2 people who are married. So then how do I be myself in a relationship with somebody who's been in a marriage for 20 years? And we talk 3 or 4 times a day. You know what I mean? Like that. Like, how do I stay true to who I am and not shrink because the people around me live their lives in a different way? Just hated it. Yes. And so my work has been to define myself on my own terms, not according to Christianity, not according to romance, not according to cultural norms of success. Like, what is it for me that is true for me? And I just had to get clear. Like, I really love understanding the science of psychology, and that's not really the science of cosmology, because psychology is a Western patriarchal way of determining and naming things that they don't understand. But cosmology, like, I love that. I love it. And I want to do it all the time. You know what I mean? And so that's why I study astrology, and I love the earth realm. And so I study herbs and how to heal myself and how to help other people heal. Like, I spend my time devoted to things that I actually care about, and I spend my time with people who care about things that are similar to the things that I care about. And when I am in spaces with people, I understand the value that I bring to them, and I understand the value that I exchange with them. It is a two-way street. It is not lopsided any longer, And so, and I'm mostly concerned about my relationship to consciousness. How do I relate to consciousness? How do I relate to the force of creative power that is on this planet? Exactly. That is where my freedom is. That is Juneteenth for me. That I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. That I don't have to be black in the ways that people have said blackness should exist. I determine what blackness is for me. And sometimes that means that I'm not black at all. That I am just a cosmic being who is in this experience called America that has been divided and divisive through race, which is a false made-up construct. And everything comes from the blackness. Like, if you study the cosmos, you'll discover that what we see is like 1% of what is there. Everything else is blackness. And I am one with that. I am one with the infinite realm of darkness that can create as she desires, which is the cosmic womb, the mother of the mother of the mother, which gives birth to every. And I can create from the blank page, just like what they call the founding fathers. I can do that too. The universe will honor my depth of desire and intention and focus if I stay aligned to it. So I don't have to buy into this shit. I could do something else. okay, it's not the easiest thing to do something else, because it's easier to just get in and do what everybody else is doing. But if I can do something else, why would I do this shit? If I can have it my way, why would I do this? This is not fulfilling to me, satisfying to me, gratifying to me, uplifting to me. This is deteriorating and destructive to me. Why would I do this? If I can do it my way, and if I have a womb and I'm a creative portal, why would I do this? I just don't even understand. It just didn't even make any sense to me after a while. I literally was just like, oh, okay, so how do I do it? How do I do it? And I got busy doing it. And so today, as we are moving into the solstice tomorrow, the summer solstice, that sun in Cancer, we now have Saturn conjunct Neptune in Aries. So this is the energy of dreams coming true, because Neptune is your dreams. It's your internal world. It's your imagination. And Saturn is your structure. It's your cause and effect. So what are you doing to bring your dreams into reality? What actions are you taking? And right now, it's time to be getting clarified, where you're not necessarily attaching yourself to other people. So when I say, like, I don't dream for other people. I don't dream that other people are gonna want what I want. I dream that I am in fulfillment of what it is that I am doing, and that the universe is going to orchestrate it so that everyone who is meant to participate will. I am the thing itself. I am dreaming that I am the full expression of what the divinity, that the consciousness that is the collective consciousness of the universe expressed through me, is in profound fulfillment of herself. That is what I am dreaming. That I feel fulfilled, I feel connected, I feel alive, I feel loved, I feel sourced, I feel like I'm in my purpose, I feel like I'm enough, I feel like where I am is exactly where I'm meant to be, doing exactly what I'm meant to be doing, with whom I'm exactly meant to be doing it with. And this is the order of the universe, the divine consciousness, through, in, and as this vehicle, this vessel. That is called Monique or Moon Mama, that they say is a black woman, that they say is a woman, that they say this is an expression of the divine. And I am here, as empty as I can be, to be in the fulfillment of what is next for me, through me and as me. And so this final day is the sun is at the 28th degree, which is a Cancer degree. So it's like, what does it feel like to come home to yourself? What does it feel like to come home to yourself? What does it feel like to be anchored in your own system? You know who you are. So that when other people, like yesterday I was having a conversation with my business partner, and one of the things I love about this relationship is that we don't require one another to be in agreement. We literally are not collapsing our energies onto one another, demanding that I be like her or she be like me. We're actually insisting that we be our individual selves, and that we bring our individuality to the collective experience. And she's not going to absorb me, and I'm not going to absorb her, and I'm going to learn from her, and she's going to learn from me. And this for me has been an interesting thing, because typically I have lost myself. I have gotten lost in, what others might expect of me, or what I think is the right thing to do. And literally for the first time, I am standing in my own center while standing with another. Standing in my own center while standing with another. And I'm not internally making her wrong for being different, or making me wrong for being different. I know that the polarities that we hold, the tension that is between us, that is our unique differences, will actually strengthen us, will strengthen me. And so I'm up for it. And so today the moon is in Aries, and the moon in Aries says, stay true to your individuality. So as people are celebrating, freedom and Juneteenth and all of that, what does that mean for you in your personal life? Because the thing that I'm aware of is that this system is not meant to offer freedom to anyone, let alone people with this skin color. But it's not for anyone. It's not even for white men. We think it is, but they aren't free. They're not. And if you talk to them and listen to them, they'll tell you they are as miserable, more miserable than everyone else. So what does freedom really mean for you? What does it mean? For me, freedom means being able to fully be myself unapologetically, without asking or seeking permission from anyone other than my internal source, and to feel safe and connected and aligned in all that I do, in all the ways that I exist here, to feel safe here inside of my own system. And what I know is that if I can resonate at that energy, the universe will provide that, because it's a blank page. The universe will make sure that I am safe, that I feel good. The universe will comply if I can hold that energy and not abandon myself for what it is okay, this doesn't seem like it's working, I'm gonna go over here and do that. No, I'm standing true to myself, because I am trusting and knowing that this is a cyclical thing. I live in the cycles, and that the universe is obedient and has a plan for me and through me that I am in fulfillment of. I speak it, I claim it, I know it, and no one else can do it but me. Let me show you guys the chicken, the girl with the chicken. Can you see that? She got a chicken on a leash. That's a chicken. That's a chicken, y'all, on a leash. It's a chicken on a leash. All right, I just wanted y'all to see. I was talking about it earlier. So, see where you are with yourself. See where you are with yourself. And especially for women. Are you holding on for your children to behave a certain way? Are you holding on for your spouse? Are you holding out for something other than yourself? If you are holding out for something other than yourself, then you are giving your power away. If you are holding out for something other than yourself, then you are giving your power away. And that is the key. So, peace and blessings. If you guys need support, you can check out my website at healwithmoonmama.com, or reach out to me to ask for the links, and I will be happy to support you if you want coaching. Daughters of the 13 Moons, we are no longer open for new women, so it closes again. And thank you all for whoever shows interest. Thank you, and when it's time, you'll get there or not. Peace and blessings. Bye-bye.